This past weekend, I was in Orlando, Florida for one of our big events, the first big event of 2016. It's called United, and it's because they bring in everybody from all over the world, and it was just incredible. And I learned some things that, I've been going to events for years on and off, and, always understood, hey, you got to go to events, got to go to events. And here are some things that, are the typical reasons. You're going to learn what your company's doing. You're going to learn about new innovations and products that they have. You get to get motivated and get piped up and all the hype and you're pumped up and ready to go and all of these things, and you meet your team there, and I was able to do all of these things. I met some incredible people that I've just known online and in this technological world. And the company is just doing some phenomenal things. It was just incredible to see everything that was going on and where they were going. And I apologize that I'm just a little disheveled from the weekend yet. But the thing that got me so excited that I finally understood that I never understood before was when people say it goes from your head down to your heart and you become a part of the business. And that's what happened this weekend, is that I saw the company's vision, I saw their passion, I saw exactly where they wanted to go and what they were trying to do. And it just really changed things for me. It just made me feel like, wow, I am glad that I'm a part of this community, this vision, and where this company is going. And for you, whatever company you're in, I can't encourage you enough, I can't tell you enough how important it is to get to these events. It's not just about the hype and, the fun and all the good things that go on. It's about becoming a part of that community and understanding and taking it from here to here. Every event is going to do that. It may be you've gone to 2 or 3 and said, oh, yeah, I just don't need those things. Well, here's what I will tell you. Not everybody that goes to events will become top leaders, but every top leader will tell you that they have gone to all of the events. So you need to choose. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to be a top leader? Then you need to get from your head to your heart and get to these events. I hope this has answered some of your questions. If you want to find out more training I put out on a daily basis, please go to rondeering.com. I would love to connect with you and just start to develop some relationships and give you some value from the things I've learned over my years in network marketing. You have a great week, and God bless.
How important are events to attend in network marketing? It's very important. All jokes aside, very serious. It's very important that you attend events, from your local meetings to your hotel meetings. To the national conventions. And let me explain to you why. Building network marketing is not hard, but it's also not easy. And it's not hard because you're building a team. And I say it's not easy because you got to go through a lot of no's to build your business up. And those no's can be very, very disappointing. So when you're building your business up, and as you go through your business and you're getting, no for a service, no for people joining you, entirely up to you to stay that course and keep it going. But when you go to events, you get around like-minded people that are like you. See, everybody's not like us. And when I say us, I mean us that's open-minded, us that are in network marketing, us that are trying to build a business to change it for our families. Most of the world is not like us. Most of the world don't even want to do anything like that. Most of them are content with going to work, and I'm not knocking jobs at all, but most people are content going to a job, working 9 to 5, and barely paying their bills. Now, there are some people with some great jobs, but I learned that people with great jobs have some great bills because they're living beyond their means. They're stretched out and they're broke, but they're broke on a higher level. So is it important to get to events? Yeah, you want to get to events so you can recharge your battery. Just like this cell phone right now. You see, I got the black cord. It's recharging it because the juice is going out the battery. It's recharging. So now when that battery is back at full, it can run for a while. So that's what happens when you go to your national convention. You go there You get recharged. You see some positive friends that you've met. Your mindset changes, and you're able to get back into your market and go again for another 3-4 months till you got to go recharge that battery again. Now, some of you are lucky enough to have a weekly meeting going on in your area. Stay plugged in, because that's your mini convention. You get back there and you go back there to people that are like you, like-minded, open, ready to take the business by storm. So hopefully this made sense to you.
Hey, what's happening, my friends? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to toddfalcone.com. And today is a little chat about events and helping you out with regard to making more successes out of whatever you're doing in your network marketing business by driving traffic to events. Now, I don't want to assume anything, so I'm not going to do that. So I'll just say this, that here's the thing. If you're new to network marketing and you're watching this video, then you need to understand something. Events, getting people to events, is going to make the biggest difference you could possibly imagine in the success of your business, okay? You may not know that yet, you may not have discovered that yet, but you will soon discover that you getting your people to major, even regional Super Saturday events, weekly training events, engaged in events, period, going to your national, your international conferences, the more people you can get to those events, the bigger your check will be, period. Okay? Now, you may not have discovered that yet. You may have. Now, there are a bunch of you watching this video that are going, oh my gosh, Todd, I absolutely know what you're talking about. I do, everything I'm doing is to get more people to events because I already know the power of getting an individual to an event. The first event that I went to back in I think it was either the end of 1989 or the first part of 1990 was the event that actually locked me into network marketing. It's the thing, there was something about it that it's not like I went there and I learned everything I needed to learn about network marketing. What did happen though, is I went to that event and I went, wow, look at all these other people that are doing this thing that I just got started in. And they seem like they're all pretty cool, normal, not psychotic, weird, creepy people, right? They're all cool people. They're all positive and excited about life and growing and changing and doing things. And I thought, wow, this is pretty neat. And so I got even more excited. It helped cement me in. It was like a catalyst to lock me into really becoming committed to network marketing. And now it's been literally a lifetime of business that I've, my entire business career has been in network marketing. And I'm just telling you, so events drive business, right? If you're new and you don't know that, you need to know that. If you know that already, then you're like, okay, Todd, I get it. I understand it. So how do I get more people to events? Now, here's the secret to getting more people to events. The secret to getting more people to events is and here's the thing, if it's not in your calendar, if it's not already committed to, consider it not even happening yet. So here's the thing, as a leader, as the person that everybody's looking to, they're looking at you. Have you bought your ticket for your national conference? Do you have your flight booked? Do you have your hotel booked? If I were to call you and go, hey, are you going to conference? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to conference, but I haven't bought my ticket yet. Do you think I'm going to buy the ticket as your downline member? No, I'm not, because my upline, the person that I'm looking up to, they haven't even done it yet. So I'm copying them. That's exactly what happens. They're going to do what you do. So what I do to make sure I get more people to my events is I commit early. In fact, if I'm at a current national conference, and this is pretty standard, you're at your current national conference, they're selling tickets to next year at the current national conference. So I am literally gathering my troops when they just announced, and they're always cheaper at that time. So I'm telling everybody, hey, I just bought my ticket. In fact, I bought others for some other people in my group that, if you want to buy them for me, you can, or do whatever you got to do to make sure people, know that you bought the ticket. That's part of the getting more people to show up for these events is I'm making it known that I've committed to the event. I'll put it out on if you have a Facebook group, if you've got a training call, if you've got a webinar that you're doing, any way that you can announce it and make it known that you've already purchased your ticket. And of course, it's got to be true. You can't be like, yeah, I purchased my ticket, but you really hadn't purchased your ticket. What I'll do, let's say you're running a Facebook group. I bought my ticket. I've already reserved my hotel room a year in advance. Went in there to the room block, reserved my room. Maybe I haven't bought my flight yet, but I always buy my flight early anyhow. Either way, I'm not buying it last minute. And I'll put it in the Facebook group. Hey guys, check it out. I've purchased my ticket for next year's conference. I'm staying at the Marriott Hotel right across from the conference center. I get in on Tuesday. I leave on Sunday. Hey, let's all make sure we stay in the same hotel. And people are like, wait a minute, you bought your ticket already? You already made your reservation? I want to be like the sponsor. So they're going to do what you do. But if you're not even making it known, then they're not going to do anything. You can't expect people to go out and run out and buy their tickets for your upcoming conference. Like I do events for people all the time, and they're like, I'm like, how many tickets you got sold? And they're like, oh, we got 20. I said, I thought you were going to have 500 people at the event. Yeah, but all my people buy last minute. I'm like, well, why do they buy last minute? Well, I don't know. They're taking your lead is what they're doing. Sometimes I've had to say this to people. I'm like, hey, well, do you typically buy your tickets well in advance? No, I kind of buy them like, I know I'm going, but I don't normally buy them till a couple weeks before the event. Well, see, that's replicating in the organization. You want to get more people to events. I know you do. If you didn't know that now you do. There's something amazing that happens at events. It's not the rah-rah, cheer. It's a lot of things. It's the emotional experience. It's the surrounding yourself with other successful people. It's learning new things. It's meeting top leaders. It's so many different things. It's so many different things that are all in this incredible, especially at these major events, these events that you attend to that really add to that experience, which cause people to go, wait a minute, I am definitely in the right place at the right time. I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to go do this. And so you're promoting the events, promoting that you're involved, that you're engaged, that you're committed. That's one of the best things that you can do to get other people committed to those events, and do it early, make it known, make it public. That's how you get more people to your bigger events and your Super Saturdays or whatever events that you're doing. Commit early, commit now, make it public. And we'll see you at some event sometime in the future. I appreciate you guys for watching. Todd Falcone. We'll see you.
Hey there friends, Jason Torres, entrepreneur and direct sales leader here. Super duper fired up on this Saturday. Just finished coming from my company's event here locally in the Atlanta market. And I can tell you that the information that was shared over the last 2 days has been so life-changing that I'm running around with a little bit of hair that I have left on my head on fire. And so the reality of the matter is that if you're serious about success in your network marketing business, you must attend company events. It doesn't matter if you have to borrow money, if you have to catch the bus, if you have to catch the train, if you have to bunk with another person in the same hotel room, but by any means you need to get to events, because it's usually when you don't have the money to get to events and you go, the first little tidbit of information that is shared with you is usually the tidbit of information that the value of what's being shared supersedes the amount of money that you've spent. And so when you go to these events, you get inspired by hearing other people's stories and testimonies. You get to learn some really great personal development secrets, because your income will seldomly surpass your level of personal development. You get to hear what's working in the field. You get to hear promotions that are coming up in the next quarter. You get to hear the vision of the company. You get to see people getting checks on stage. You're able to network and talk with other like-minded people in the same business as you from across the nation and find out what they're doing to get success, so this way you can come back and you can take your learning curve and implement some of the things that are working for them in your business and get results faster. So never discount the power of getting to an event. I mean, it's hard out here in these streets when you're prospecting and you have people telling you no. And of course, no doesn't mean no, you can't do your business. No means no, they're not a good fit to partner with you. Always remember that. But it's good to go to these events because it'll keep you motivated. It'll keep you plugged in. It'll keep you on course, and it won't derail you like it does to most people in this industry, because they don't plug into all of the events that are available to them, whether it's a regional event, a national event, a phone call, a webinar, a local meeting, whatever it is. You need to stay plugged in at all times if you want to stay motivated and stay encouraged and be able to stay on track with with what you're working towards. Remember, you invested money to get a business started, but it's not going to build itself. It's going to take you rolling up your sleeves and getting the job done. And in order to stay motivated in this industry, you have to plug into your company events. So I hope that this was useful today, friends.
And I looked at all of the reasons why what those successful people were doing wouldn't work for me, and wondering what is the secret that those people wouldn't tell me. Well, of course, he's successful. He lives in New York City. There's millions of people there. If I lived in New York, it wouldn't be different. But I'm in a smaller town, so obviously it doesn't work for me because we just don't have all that many people. Now, of course, what are the people in New York saying? Well, you can't do business in New York. Nobody will even go out. It's so crowded. If we lived in a small town where everybody knows everybody else, it'd be different. If we just lived in the Midwest, we could build a business. Now, in the Midwest, they say, people are so conservative here. If we could just, if we lived in New York or if we lived in Miami they're saying, it's so hot here, people won't go out for meetings. If we lived in Utah, well, no wonder she's doing it. She's from Utah. She's probably a Mormon. They all have 10 kids. You sponsor 5 people, you go diamond. We all have all the excuses why it works there, why it works for them, why it doesn't work for us. But there will come a day, there will come a time, and I'm hoping for most of you, if not all of you in this room, who haven't got it yet, that this day is the day. And that's the day you go to a function and you get it. And you know that you know. And you realize that everything up to this point has been a dress rehearsal. Everything up to this point has been preparation. Everything up to this point has been procrastination and analyzation and validation. But all of a sudden you're just not willing to do that crap anymore. And you realize, no, this really can work. And this really can work for me. And that's why the functions are so important. If you will track the growth in your organization, you will see that the rank advancements happen 90 days after major functions. Because the president gets up, the diamonds get up, the other people get up, and people, they hear them. They might hear 11 speakers in a row, they don't get any of them, but then the 12th one comes up and says something, and they get it. And they'll say, did you hear what she said, Dennis? She said da 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 da. And you're going to say, I've been telling you that for 4 years now. No, you never told me that. Yes, 4 years I've been telling. Oh no, you've never told me that. They can't hear it from you. They'll hear it from someone else. You get your people at the functions. You make them get to the function. You got a spouse that's skeptical. You get them to the functions. We have seen it time after time after time again. The husband is in the thing. The wife never supports it. It's a horrible deal. Then she comes to a function. She meets the people and it turns around. Or the wife's in it and the husband does it. Oh, it's just her little pin money thing. It's her little hobby. Then he gets to the function and something happens. Transformations are made at the functions. You have to meet people. You have to shake their hand. You have to look in their eyes. And when that happens at the functions, that's when you get it. So you gotta get your people to the functions. And you gotta use tough love. Of course they've got excuses. You don't understand, I'm building the business and I bought the pre-approach pack and I'm paying $5 every Tuesday when I go to a meeting and I had to travel and now they want $150 for that and I have to pay the night at the hotel and the gas in the car. I don't have the money. Sell your bed.
Nobody's making anybody do anything. You don't have to attend events in order to be able to sell products. You don't have to attend events in order to be able to build a team. And the vast majority of companies spend way more in investing into the teams than they receive in tickets or anything else from the people who attend those events. Way, way, way more. But what those events do is they help an entrepreneur see a bigger vision for themselves. What those events do is they equip them with skills, they equip them with examples, they equip them with some vision in order to be able to improve and do better. That's what the events do. Now, I personally attended events for my first 3 years, and I was struggling financially. And I will tell you, if I missed any of them, if I missed a single one, I might not have been successful. I contribute my attending those events to a breakthrough in my life. And I went from being having a lot of dead-end jobs to being able to have freedom because of this profession. But I think events helped me to do that.
Let's say you want to get 100 people at an event. Let me give you some training on how to do that. I'm a ninja at doing this. I'm world class. There's very few people that are better at me at promoting a company destination event. This is what made up for most of my lack of ability and lack of skill, was this skill. So let's say you have an event in September and your goal is to put 100 people into that event. Number one, you have to know what the date is. You got to know where the location is. And you got to take a look at what you have in raw materials from your team in order to be able to work with. And some of you have a team to work with, and some of you, the team's going to be no good. You're going to have to do this with a fresh team. So if the team's no good, then that's fine. But let's say you got 10 people on the team. If you have 10 people on the team, it's your job to crawl inside their mind as a leader and say, let's each of us get 10. Let's come up with a strategy. Let's come up with training. Let's come up with competition. Let's come up with recognition programs and incentives and peer pressure and constant communication. Let's talk about it all the time. Let's meet with your people. Let's call everybody on the team. Let's call our customers, invite them. Let's everybody on the team recruit one person this month and invite them to the company convention. Let's solve all the problems. Let's figure out the babysitters. Let's carpool. Let's share hotel rooms. Let's do whatever we got to do in order to be able to make this happen. Let's eliminate all the excuses. Let's go have an adventure. Let's go do something outrageous. Let's change our family history for forever. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on, you plus me. If you have one person on your team, it's enough. I'm in. You in? It's one person on your team is enough. Say, come on, you and me. It's just the two of us. But 2 people can conquer the world. Come on, let's go. You recruit 10 people, and I'm going to recruit 10 people. We'll have 20 people, and then we'll get each of those, and we'll help each of those get 5. We'll get 120. We'll have more tickets sold than we even have space for. Let's just do it. Let's shock the world. Let's freak out our families. Let's shut up every person who's ever doubted us for our entire lives. Every person that said, no, we can't do it. See what I mean? So you plant a vision and say, come on, let's go change the world. We got this, you got this. Yes, there's going to be distractions. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, there's going to be issues. But so what? The story of what we're going to do is going to be told by the entire company. We're going to be the biggest story in the entire company 6 months from now, 8 months from now, because of the decision we made. Matter of fact, let's take a picture of the moment we made the decision and let's sign it. Let's put it on the wall. Let's tell the world this is where it started. This was the garage of Apple Computer. Let's make it so. You see what I'm saying? So casting that vision is one, and then you got to put together a strategy around that. How are we going to do it? Are we going to name our campaign about these events? Are we going to name it something? Are we all going to wear the same color t-shirt or whatever when we show up? What are we going to do? What's our strategy? See, here's posers inside of network marketing. You know what they do when it comes to events? They announce, hey, there's going to be an event in September. Amateurs, you know what they do? They invite, hey, you should come with me. Join me at this event in September. It's going to be fun. You know what professionals do? They promote, and they're relentless. They will not stop. Everybody says, enough, oh, come on, there's more to life than this event. And they say, no, there's not. We're doing this. We're making it happen. We're making it so. If you have any doubt in your mind, don't hang around us, because guess what? We're going. We're doing this. We're making it happen. Do you feel the energy of how I talk to people when it comes to growing something? Absolutely. We're going to go after it. Why do I talk like that, and why do I believe like that? Because guess what? When I get around this guy, I'm the emotional security blanket for him. I've got to have my belief so high, so red hot, that he says, I just got to be around that. Because I let life get in the way. If I get around him, all those distractions are going to pale. They're going to disappear. And I'm going to stay focused on my dream. So, your events are big. They're huge. They're massive. Some of you, I think you're going to earn significantly more than $1,000 a year. You come back to this event. Some of you should get 10 tickets or more to this event. You haven't decided to for whatever reason. That's up to you. But here's what I'm telling you. You make the decision, you say yes, tell the world, and then figure it out. It's going to change your whole life. That's all. How many people wish you had more people at this event? Raise your hands. The only reason why I encourage you to come back is because I know it's going to help. But you know what's sad? Even though I'll love to see you again, is if you let life get in the way and it's just you again. Instead of you plus 100. You changing your team's perception of the world. So, event strategy. It's the easiest shortcut I know to going to the top, because it overcomes all these other lack of skill that are out there in the profession. So proclaim it. Tell everybody you're going to do it. Be relentless. Go crazy.